We so often overlook the spaces between destinations, forgetting that the journey often lies in the in-between. I'm your host, Corey Curran. Hey loves, and welcome back to A Moment in Time, a small segment of the in-between time where I tell you tidbits about life experiences, and hopefully you can gain something from them too. So today I want to take a moment and talk about the messy pivot and what it really looks like when we talk about pivoting in life. I'm not talking about the glossy headlines or the I just quit my job post that you post onto social media. No, I'm talking about the nitty, the gritty, the in-between time of that nobody gets to see, the times that we do not like to post. Because let's be real, when we make pivots, them things don't be pretty. The idea is pretty, but when we really start to live them, it's not necessarily all that we thought it would be immediately. And I can tell you this because I'm actually living it, okay? So I say all that to say, the pivot comes with a lot of doubt. Any change in life can come with a lot of questions and some doubt and the feeling of, Lord, what am I going to do now? We all have been there. Some days I'm like, yes, I made the right decision. I'm living in purpose. I'm aligned with what I was created to do. And then other days, I'm wondering if I should apply to jobs again. I can find myself on LinkedIn or, on Indeed, like, oh, this looks like it would fit me. But then I question, like, okay, well, if I really believe God brought me to this space, is this feeling of instability pushing me? Is it fear that's causing me to like start the search, right? And then I'm like, well, is my faith like not as strong as it should be? Am I telling God like I don't have the faith in him to do what I know he said he would do? And then I'm like, well, maybe I can pray that the Lord will give me the job, right? Does that work? I don't know. I'm just putting those things out there. Like they're really things that go through your head, And I want to be transparent and as real as possible. One of the things I can say that I've learned in this process is that the pivot in this in between isn't me doing something new. It's not the doing. It's literally the becoming someone new. It's me becoming, honestly, the woman God created me to be. And in that, it's not easy. You shed some scales. I don't want to equate myself to a reptile. Sorry. But you do some shedding of some things, okay? There are mornings I wake up and I'm full of, ooh, I got this idea. I'm ready to build. I'm ready to get it. Then there are afternoons where I'm like, what was I doing? I want to say this too. In this time period, what have I done? I've used it a lot to explore. I've said, oh, I'm gonna start this business, or I'm gonna bake, or I'm going to take voice lessons, and I'm going to, maybe I'll become a voice actress. Maybe I should go back to acting. Because the possibilities are endless at this point, right? And that's what I love. I love that, oh my gosh, God, you put all this in me. So which one do you want me to focus on? It can be a little overwhelming, but which one do you want me to focus on? Then I have to sit and be still and listen and realize that the pivot is not me filling in the gap. It's about learning to live in it. And yes, I said it like that because that's real. That feeling is like, oh God. It's the feeling of being in between where you are and who you are becoming, and keeping the faith in that process. Anywho, I want to give you some practical steps to navigate this moment in life. And it's just some things I've been trying to do over the last couple months myself. And so the first one, embrace the messiness. Like I said, instead of trying to figure out how we get out of it, sit still, be still, live in it. Sometimes our answers are in our stillness. Acknowledge that there are no shortcuts. I know social media want to make it look like there's shortcuts, but baby, there aren't. It's a process. And like I always tell you, the journey is in the process, okay? The story is in the journey, okay? Learn that there are no shortcuts, right? And then commit to steady movement each day. Do a little more and more and more. And because it's about consistency and it's about building wherever you are. And as I mentioned, for me, I want to explore. I want to take this time and explore all there is to explore and figure out like, ooh, what I like and what I don't like. And don't be attached to that outcome. Explore what's possible without any attachments to the outcomes. That don't necessarily have to be what you do. That does not have to be you, but you can say, oh, that is something I truly enjoy. Lastly, trust your instincts. You know what feels right and you know what doesn't. And there's no better way to know your next steps than to trust what that voice in you is telling you. Next, I want to tell you get clear on your direction. Where are you going? Where do you want to be? Give yourself a timeline. Assess your values. Just because I say to be still, that is not me saying don't have any goals. No, define some goals. Forward movement, and when we can see ourselves progressing to some extent, it gives us momentum. When we see, just like think about when you're losing weight. You're like, oh wait, I lost 5 pounds. Let me see if I can do more. It motivates you. So usually we have to see ourselves moving forward to motivate us. Now motivation ain't always gonna be there. Okay? That's where discipline comes in. You got to be disciplined when the motivation is gone. And that's just literally something you learn or anything, whether you're doing social media, whether you're going to the gym, you learn that if you're going to be consistent in whatever you're trying to create or develop or an entrepreneurship journey or whatever it may be, you have to be disciplined. And in being disciplined, I'll urge you to create a structured plan. And I'll urge you to create a routine. I'll urge you to follow those things because I don't know if I read it somewhere. Somebody said, I know I've heard it because I listen to a lot of podcasts. I watch a lot of YouTube. And the richest people do the same things every day. That's all I have to say about that. Forrest Gump there. Network with purpose. There are times where there may be events in your area. Go to those events, do meetups, but make sure you network with purpose and do not network with the idea of, and I have a whole nother show on networking, but do not network with the whole idea of what am I going to get from this and ask a person for a job. It's about building relationships. And you can even build relationships on LinkedIn. I've come to learn now. I have not always been a person who's been on LinkedIn, like actively, but one thing I've learned is that you can build relationships. I mean, you can build relationships through TikTok. You can build relationships with people, and that is what networking is. It's not about, this is my resume, you work here, can you give me something? It's about nurturing, getting to know, and then hopefully down the line, it may pay off. It may not, but at least that's a relationship you got. They might know somebody who knows somebody. I'm just saying, okay? And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to leave you with this. Of course, I should have said this too at the top. Plan out your finances. And if you're thinking about a pivot, or if you're in a space, I'm already in that space, but if you're thinking about it, just plan out your finances. Make sure it makes sense to you. Lastly, embrace your journey, y'all. Like I said, I'm embracing mine. I am not ashamed of it. I love it. My mom told me it's the first time in my life my daughter has not known right where she's going. And I'm like, Mom, it's the first time in my life I told God to take the wheel and was serious. And I'm excited about where he's taking me. And I think that's why I'm able to live in it so seamlessly. Because when you know it's from him, there's no questioning, right? So I say all that to say, just remember that you are becoming. So stay the course, experiment, explore, let it all unfold. You are not lost. You are just in the in-between. And in the in-between is where transformation happens. Remember, you're becoming, y'all. And if you would like to become together, I urge you to subscribe. I urge you to pass this along and even comment below and tell me about your pivots and what you're afraid of. And let's be in this together. I really would love to form community. I hope to see you real soon in the in-between. Thanks for taking this moment with me, y'all. Peace. One step away till you hear what I'm saying. Sounds like fun. And the cloud